Wisdom can come from the most unexpected of places. Ever since she was a toddler, my younger sister Sarah was fascinated by all sorts of animals. Bhaiya, look! Cutie horsey! Bhaiya, big buffalo! Ah, cutie cockroach! Yeah, she found cockroaches cute at one time. This one instance, when she was barely 2 years old, she saw a wild pig for the first time in her life and started running after it, joyously yelling, "Baby elephant! Baby elephant!" She wanted to ride it. So it made absolute sense that for her 13th birthday, Sarah wanted only one thing, a pet. But the only problem was, my parents despised exactly that one thing, the concept of a pet. After months of coaxing and convincing, they finally agreed to let Sarah have a kitten. So the day after her 13th birthday, we went to an adoption center and got home Pablo. Little did we know that this would be a life-altering moment for all of us. Over the course of 7 years, Pablo has taught us 3 invaluable life lessons. No matter how much food you give Pablo, he only eats the amount he needs. Even with his favorite treat, which is tuna fish flavored creamy treats, he'll only eat a little bit, save the rest for later, and he'll politely walk away. Contrast this to my friend's wedding I attended last weekend. Pot-bellied uncles and aunties are walking with plates overflowing with food. This one uncle is at the buffet counter. He moves aside the jalebis to make room for another gulab jamun. We've all seen those uncles and aunties, right? Maybe we've also been those uncles and aunties. I know I have. Pablo can teach us to be content with whatever little we have, which is lesson number 1 we can learn from Pablo. Besides his basic needs, which is food, water, shelter, love, and a little bit of playtime, Pablo cares little about anything else. He has a master's degree and very recently earned a PhD in ignoring. Sometimes when I call out his name affectionately, Pablo, all I get is a Our attention is the priceless commodity everyone is trying to hog. Your phone is constantly dinging with notifications from apps that you could do without. Your Facebook feed is filled with photographs of friends that you haven't spoken to in years. And the moment you log into Netflix, the trailer starts playing automatically, trying to hook you. Pablo can teach us that it's okay to not care at times, which is lesson number 2 we can learn from Pablo. It's okay to not respond to every WhatsApp message. It's okay to not check social media every couple of hours to see who's doing what. And it's absolutely okay to not know about that Netflix series everyone seems to be raving about. One day, Pablo is lying on the floor, licking himself. He's in this twisted, contorted position. He can reach any part of his body, I swear. Here, anywhere. Parts only Pablo and Baba Ramdev can reach. So while walking past the living room, I accidentally stepped on his tail. He let out a painful shriek and skedaddled behind the sofa. I felt so guilty. But 15 minutes later, Pablo is back on my lap as if nothing had happened. I recently met a friend who hasn't spoken to our mutual friend from school over a tiff which happened 15 years ago? Is there someone in your life who wronged you and you still haven't forgiven? Pablo can teach us to be generously forgiving, which is lesson number 3. Say it with me. We can learn from Pablo. 7 years ago, none of us could have fathomed the profound amount of impact this little ball of fur can have on us. Wisdom can come from the most unexpected of places, and philosophers can take the most unlikeliest of forms. Maybe you can learn a lesson from a movie you watched. Maybe you can learn a lesson from your bicycle. Or maybe you can learn a lesson from your flute. Just the way I learned from Pablo.